But I'll begin with a how are you, Sara?
Oh, well, I'm fine. Thank you. It's not like we spoke before the camera started rolling. Not like you already asked me how I was like 16 times. So for the 17th time and first time for y'all, I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm really happy that you are gonna vibe with like what a podcast is. I don't think too many people know about it.
Even I don't really know about
Hmm.
it.
I think especially the film industry associates these kind of conversations with traditional journalism based interviews
Right.
where journalists are often looking for headlines to get you into trouble
Yes, they are.
or headlines to go viral.
That is true.
And we're not going to do that today.
Very good. Here's hoping.
Who you dating, Sara?
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly like this. And then it's like, she said, okay, but we love our journalists though, so let's not be mean about them. But no, I'm very excited about this. You not fishing for me, making the usual mess that I make situation.
What do you think we're going to talk about today? No idea. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. But it started with a Bholenath, so obviously it's going to go deeper.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. What's happening in life lately? Let's change the how are you to what's up lately.
Okay, what's up lately? As I was telling you, it's been touchwood a really hectic month. I've been shooting, I've been traveling, I've been working, and just getting off January, which has like been 31 days of joblessness for me. So I think, as usual, there's jobless times and then really busy times, and that's what's happening.
Do actors get time to themselves?
I don't know if there's an actor thing necessarily. I mean, I don't want to generalize, but I think that at least as an actor for me, there's no way I can predict whether I'm going to stalk you as a friend, asking you to come with me to Farmer's Cafe like 4 times a week because I'm doing nothing, or I'm going to find it actually difficult to meet you even once a month because I've traveled to like 6 different cities in the past 2 weeks, which is
Hmm.
actually the case.
Hmm.
So it's a bit like you don't really know.
Okay. How does fame feel like now at this stage when it's rising?
It feels, it's not, I don't even know if it's fame actually anymore. I think that there's just a certain amount of scrutiny, and there is like now one is a public figure. So one gets a lot of love, but one also gets criticism. So it's just about, I think, being known more than being famous. I don't know, like there's an element of touch me not to the word fame, which I don't really think people in our generation feel that much,
Hmm.
because there's an accessibility to us, there's an availability to us, there's an ease to us, whether it's through Instagram, whether it's through the paparazzi, whether it's through just the kind of people maybe we are. I don't like when you say fame, I just suddenly think, Sri Devi and Amitabh Bachchan. And I don't think that times are like that anymore, in my opinion.
Like how Shah Rukh Khan says, I'm the last of the superstars.
He's,
Is that
I don't
you?
think, wrong, in
Hmm.
my opinion, again.
That's not to say that there won't be other superstars. I just think the definition
The
has changed.
definition, of course, changes
Hmm.
because I think that, the mystery, the aura, the elusivity of stardom, which I think is intrinsic to the very word stardom, is not really there anymore. Which doesn't mean that you can't be a star, but I think, being aspirational previously has now been replaced with being accessible.
Hmm.
I think that there definitely has been a shift in that way,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay. What do you do in your
What
free time, Sarah?
what do I do in my free time? I like to travel.
Okay.
Um,
You
I,
go to all these spiritual places.
amongst other things.
Okay.
You never know it. Like between Kedarnath and New York, depending on the month, you'll find me on one of those places, and I actually enjoy them both equally.
Okay.
So, I firstly don't like free time at all. So
Hmm.
I try to not have free time.
Hmm.
But when I do get it, traveling, I love trekking. So if
Really?
I love trekking,
Where do you end up going?
Pelgam only.
Okay.
Pelgam. I actually want to do the Khir Ganga trek with my friends. I've been
I've
meaning.
done that.
No, you
It's
haven't.
very crowded though.
Whatever.
It's beautiful. It's like that part of India,
Hmm.
that landscape. I've
Hmm.
not seen it anywhere else. And I've had to travel a lot because of YouTube. I've had to travel all over India, but I've never found anything like that.
Is it beautiful?
Dude, it doesn't feel like a part of this country. So, okay, honestly, it's a bit of a stoner town, Kasol and all that, that whole area. And you go upwards from there, you have Tosh. Then you go a little bit upwards from then you have Khir Ganga.
Hmm.
It used to be like a whole like stoner trek, but it's also the most beautiful part of India that I've seen. Really tall trees.
I've never been there. I've only trekked in Pahalgam. So I've been to Tulian Lake, which was actually like a very uh, silly decision on our parts because it was not a 1 day trek. Like we should have gone there and stayed the night like normal people and come back the next morning. But we decided that we'll go and come back the same day. And I can't tell you, by the time we reached Tullian Lake, like we saw the sunset, which I love because I'm obsessed with the sun and moon. And anybody that follows me on Instagram who has had 3 conversations with me probably knows this. But we've seen the sunset at Tullian Lake. It's beautiful. But now you know what happens after the sunsets? It gets dark. And you know what happens after that? You should not be trekking. You know what we did? We trekked. So we've come down this hills, and we left. I think at about no, we were supposed to leave at 6 in the morning because I said let's not trek in top sun, but nobody listened to me. We left at like 7:30, and we started coming back down only at 6, and we've reached at like 3 a.m. And it was extremely well tricky. But it
Eerie.
was not eerie, man. It was just hard. It was just
Okay.
like we couldn't see where we were going beyond a
Mhm.
point. And you know how those guides are like, "Are yahan pe atma hai, are yahan pe." I was like, "ठीक है, but is there a bear? Like, tell me that. Like, I'll scare the atma, but I might not be able to scare the bear. So, is there a bear here? Because that I need to know."
You have a
Uh,
fear of animals?
like bears, man. Like
Okay.
I like suddenly.
Not Atmas?
No.
You're chill with
Yeah.
Atmas.
Have you met
Okay.
me?
Okay.
मुझसे
Because
डर जाए.
with this show, there's a meme that's been created which says, तेरा career गया भाड़ में ये बता कि भूत होते हैं कि नहीं.
अच्छा.
Because we bring up bhoot a lot on the show.
अच्छा ऐसा.